Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is September 3rd. I'm Jennifer Palumbo, along with LEX 18's main evening anchor, Nancy Cox. It is so great to have you here.
This is kind of weird, though, right?
I mean, it's really weird. We've been friends for years. This is the first time we've worked together.
I know.
And to be anchoring together, it's just,
it's
really
very
great.
neat, though. But it feels very comfortable, too. It does feel like we're just sitting on the couch chatting.
It
so
does.
It works.
You know what, though? You're here until probably, what, 11:45, midnight?
Well, not tonight. I was last night.
Okay.
I'm not doing the 11 tonight, so I'm still a little asleep.
Yes, yeah. I was going to say, it's going to be a long day for you, but...
I'll go to bed early tonight, though.
Yeah.
It's
Did
all
you have a good weekend?
I did, didn't do any... Well, I went to the ball game.
I went to the UK game, too. That was awesome.
Caught up with my brother and his wife during that, so it was really neat. It was just perfect day. A little warm, but it was a great day, great game, and then just kind of enjoyed myself doing nothing,
It's great to have Kentucky 1-0 after,
I know.
Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, the SEC team.
I know. That shows you can't take it for granted, and that shows,
Not Georgia, but Tennessee, South Carolina.
Right.
Yeah.
Georgia
State beat. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. But I mean, it was kind of a wild weekend for college football.
Definitely.
So
you kept seeing the scores and thinking, okay, they're going to come back, but they didn't. So
Right.
it makes you feel good about us.
So Kentucky's got another game coming up this Saturday. It'll be a night game, which will be better because the noon games, it's awfully hot.
It got pretty warm out there for tailgating.
But it's good. It's good weather, and we have a great show. You have come on the right day.
I can't wait.
Here's what's coming up on today's show. Boarded up businesses preparing for Dorian display some funny and creative messages. We'll show you those.
At least, they have to keep their sense of humor, right? Well, Hopcat in Lexington needs your help. They need their next French fry flavor. They have some good ones.
Yes, they do. And enjoying an evening at the beautiful Mount Brilliant Farm while supporting Lexington and its horse industry. Plus, celebrity chef Jason Smith is in the house, and that is all coming up. It's on.
Yes, it'll be fun. I love the Mount Brilliant Farm event with the polo. It's just gorgeous. It's such a stellar event here for Lexington, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Way to be able to see one of the most beautiful horse farms in the Bluegrass.
Oh, yeah. Well, now let's take a look at what's on. It's no laughing matter. We all know that. People in the Bahamas are going through just terrible conditions with Hurricane Dorian, and it's not going to change for a while, but they're trying to make the best of it, right? Businesses that have boarded up in preparation for Dorian displayed funny, creative messages, including "Dang, Dorian," and "Hi, okay, bye." And Dorian, I love you to go out to sea. We would all love that.
Yes, send it back. And here's another take on Dorian. This video was posted on Twitter by Tony Rodriguez. It's a Little League game, but check out the captions that are above the players and the coaches.
Oh.
So you see the meteorologist in the back, and the little boy is Dorian running to the plate very slowly because that's what Dorian was doing as it was getting toward Florida. And then there's Florida. And then check it out. At one point, the Weather Channel steps in, because they're round-the-clock weather coverage. Maybe hurry it up a little bit.
Yeah, they're getting impatient.
Yeah, Dorian's like, nope, I'm going to take my time and get there when I get there.
You never know how many times you're going to be running into home or walking into home in that situation, so you got to live it up, make the best of it.
Yes, and I mean, there are so many families, though, that have been affected by this. We have seen the devastation in the Bahamas and, Florida, and so you can help families. We wanted to do something good in addition to these lighthearted stories. Just go to americares.org and you can donate because there are going to be a lot of people, a lot of businesses that are desperately in need of help right now.
In the Bahamas, that storm just sat there and churned, and that whole time they're getting rain, they're getting wind, and no time to catch their breath, no time to try to undo some of the damage, and it's hard to watch. But with this, you really can make a difference with just a few dollars, whatever you can spare. Well, Louisville is coming. I'm in my red and black today. This is for Western Kentucky. We'll just say that, right? Louisville's coming off a loss to Notre Dame last night, and a member of the Ladybirds dance team is recovering. She was injured. Ouch. On the sideline, took it right in the face in the fourth quarter of the game. Notre Dame quarterback Ian Book threw the ball away, way out of bounds, instead of taking a sack, right? The only problem is her face was in the way. Elizabeth Scott tried to catch it with her head, but
she did catch it with her head.
She did catch it with her head. No time to react. Bless her heart, and hit her square in the face.
She is okay, though, and she was actually well, she said she has a broken nose, which is not a good thing, but she was joking on Twitter that her nose is crooked, but she'll always have a good story to tell. So at least she's
I'm impressed.
trying to find a little humor about it, because that had to hurt.
Oh, she stayed on her feet, man. You know, that's good. That's good. We had our chief photographer took a baseball to the face last week. Broke
at
his
a Legends
nose.
game?
No, at a Little League game. One of his little kids did it, you know, and he said my face exploded. So I'm sure that cheerleader or dance ladybird feels the same.
Yes.
But bless her heart, that hurts.
Well, country music superstars Dierks, Bentley, and Luke Bryan, they had a big weekend at a music festival in Colorado, but their stories about their fishing trip landed Bentley in some hot water.
Uh-oh.
They were performing at a 3-day festival in Buena Vista when they decided to brag about the fish they'd caught. Well, that led some concert goers to call Colorado Parks and Wildlife just to make sure the singers had fishing licenses. Well, the calls weren't enough to get the men in trouble, but then Dierks Bentley posted this photo of him holding a decent-sized brown trout that he caught in Cottonwood Creek, and that was all Parks and Wildlife needed to prove he was fishing without a license as required by state law. So then an officer tracked him down as he was walking around town, and Bentley posted video online of himself in the truck as the officer wrote him a ticket. And then Dierks Bentley warned Luke Bryan that he may be next. Bentley had to pay a fine, $139.50. A Parks and Wildlife spokesman says Bentley was as nice as can be, and we welcome him back anytime to fish, as long as he gets a license next time. So far, Luke Bryan has not been ticketed, and that may be because he didn't post any photos of himself with the fish. So
how many times do we say?
Social media can get you in trouble, and that's what happened here.
Don't post evidence, but man, $139 fish. Hope it tasted good.
Yeah.
You think they'd give them a little leeway? I mean, they're singers traveling the country, right? But
I know, that's a Parks and Wildlife person who takes their job very seriously. Because somebody else might have been like, "Oh, I'm just so excited I got to meet you. You know, have a good day." Nope.
No special favors. Well, Harry Potter is no longer welcome in one Nashville, Tennessee school. The 7-book series about the young wizard and his magical adventures that have thrilled generations now was removed from St. Edward Catholic School's library. According to a pastor at the school, the curses and spells used in the books are actual curses and spells. And the pastor adds that these books could lead to people conjuring evil spirits into the presence of the person reading the text. Maybe if they read out loud, I don't know. The successful books were written by J.K. Rowling and led to, of course, a profitable movie franchise.
It seems like they're a little late on this. You know, these books have been out for so long that probably a lot of these kids have already read them.
I haven't heard of any spells being conjured up in the middle of a Harry Potter reading, but
not yet.
Yeah, maybe just a tad overreaction. I don't know, but hey.
Okay, are you into all these fall flavors?
No, I'm not a pumpkin.
Drinks?
I'm not a pumpkin. I have a bad memory from childhood when I ate too much pumpkin bread, so we're just not going to go into that.
So you won't eat it anymore?
Won't eat any pumpkin anymore.
Nothing flavored? Okay, well then you're not going to want this. Krispy Kreme has a new addition to fall flavors. It's a pumpkin spice original filled donut. The chain says you can bring in a not so tasty pumpkin spice flavored treat, maybe like your pumpkin bread, trade it in for a donut for free. This year Krispy Kreme has 3 varieties to pick from. The pumpkin spice donut is filled with a specially made cheesecake cream, there it is, and topped with cheesecake icing. There's also a pumpkin spice original glazed donut and pumpkin spice cake donut. They will only be available from September 2nd to the 8th, so you only have a little bit of time if you...
A donut might convince me to give it another
I know,
try,
I mean,
you know?
I love a good donut, so, yeah.
Well, an automaker known for its high-performance cars says one of them can exceed 300 miles an hour. I don't know why, but Bugatti showed off the results it got from a specially modified Bugatti Chiron. It says the car went 304.8 miles an hour during a high-speed run on a German test track. That's a new record for a car not built for extremely high speeds. This wasn't the standard Chiron you can get from Bugatti for $3 million. This version has a modified car body and specially developed tires. The Italian race car manufacturer Dallara helped to develop it. The standard Bugatti Chiron isn't exactly slow. It can top out at about 261 miles per hour.
If I had $3 million, I wouldn't spend it on a car.
Yeah, no,
It's
sorry.
crazy.
A lot of men would, no question. You have a son. Is he into cars yet? Does he like to
No, I mean,
cars?
not really.
Yeah, well, hopefully it'll stay that way. It can get expensive.
He has a few more years before he's driving. I have that to look forward to.